Hey students, Alex from Mizu Education here. In this lesson, we're going to be going through substitution in algebra. So put on your set of headphones and let's zone in. Now let's first understand, what does substitution mean? Essentially, substitution means replacing. Now the way I like thinking about substitution is like soccer or football, whatever you think is the correct term to use. I'll let you decide that in the chat. We can have a healthy debate about it. But let's get back to the point. Now imagine you have a field of players. Imagine the field is your equation. Your players are the variables. And let's just say your substitutes, or the subs that are sitting on the bench, are your numbers. So if I was to use an example, let's say our field has the equation a plus 2 equals question mark. Okay, that's our field. Now let's say our player in this case is the variable, so that is A. And finally, we have subs sitting on the bench, and let's say they are our numbers. In this case, A is equal to 4. So like in substitution, whenever we're playing soccer or football, there is a change between whoever's on the bench and whoever's on the field. So there would be a replacing. Wherever A is, it would turn into 4. As such, our new equation will be the following. We will have 4 plus 2 is equal to question mark. And from here, we can solve what that question mark is. In this case, 4 plus 2 will equal to 6. And that's just how we can kind of think about substitution in a real life context. Now the main point is that you are replacing your letters with the numbers that are given in the question. So wherever it says there is A equal to 2, in the expression, wherever there is an A, you would need to substitute a 2 in for it. Now a quick tip with substitution is whenever you are replacing the letter with its associated number, place brackets around it. This helps you keep track of working with negative and positive signs. Now let's do a few walkthrough questions just to situate this. Let's say, for example, we have 4x plus 2 is equal to question mark. And let's say in our question at the top, we have something that says, let x equal to 3. So wherever there is an x, you're going to replace it with 3, like so. Now let's go ahead and rewrite this. 4, and then remember that quick tip, in brackets, 3 plus 2 is equal to question mark. Now whenever we have a number on the outside and we have brackets right next to it, that means they're multiplying. So essentially, 4 times 3 gives us 12. Plus 2 is equal to question mark. So what should our answer be? 12 plus 2, that is going to equal to 14. And that is how we do substitution. Let's go ahead and do another question, this time with multiple variables. So let's say we have AB minus 2 plus B is equal to question mark. And let's say in our question, we have something that says, let A equal to 4 and let B equal to negative 3. Now the same principle is going to follow. So we're going to replace any A's with the number 4 and replace any B's with negative 3. So let's go ahead and do that. So in brackets, we have 4, we have in brackets negative 3. That's the first bit done. Minus 2 plus, and what is B again? B is negative 3. We're going to put that in brackets. Equals question mark. Okay, now we've filled out all those unknown variables with its associated numbers. Now let's go ahead and solve this. 4 in brackets, and next to it in another set of brackets, negative 3. So essentially, 4 times negative 3. That equals to negative 12. Then minus 2, and then we have plus in brackets minus 3. Whenever you see something like this, essentially that means a positive times this negative over here. So essentially we will get negative 3 like that is equal to question mark. And let's again go ahead and solve this. Negative 12 minus 2 gives us negative 14. And then negative 14 minus 3 gives us negative 17. And that is our answer. Let's do one more walkthrough question just to solidify this concept. Let's say we have 12 over x plus 6 over y is equal to question mark. And in our question, let's say we have let x equal to 3 and let y equal to 2. The first step, let's go ahead and replace anywhere where there is a variable with its associated number. So here we will have 12 over x and x is equal to 3. So 12 over 3 plus 6 over y, and y is equal to 2. So 6 over 2, and that equals to question mark. Now there's two ways that you can do this. You can either simplify the fraction individually, or you can merge the fractions together. Let's just do it the simple way, given that they can both be simplified individually. 12 over 3, that gives us an answer of 4, plus 6 over 2, that gives us an answer of 3. That equals your question mark. So 4 plus 3, that gives us an answer of 7. And that is essentially how you do substitution in this question. All right, now that you've had a go at doing a couple of those questions, let's see if you can do some practice questions on your own. See you on the other side. All right, hopefully you had a go at doing some of those questions. Let's apply those substitution techniques. Starting with question 1 here on the left. So we have a is equal to 8, b is equal to 3. So wherever there's going to be an a, we're going to substitute or replace it with an 8. And wherever there is a b, we're going to substitute or replace it with the number 3. Let's go ahead and do that. Now we have 8 in brackets, 3 in brackets, plus b squared, so that's 3 squared, minus 3. That's the top done. All over 4 is equal to question mark. Okay, now let's go ahead and simplify that a little bit further. 8 multiplied by 3 gives us 24. Plus 3 squared, that is 9, minus 3, all over 4. Okay, let's go ahead and simplify that even further. 24 plus 9, that gives us 33. 33 minus 3 gives us an answer of 30. 30 over 4. Now we need to ask, can this be simplified any further? And we can if we divide both top and bottom by 2. That gives us 15 over 2. And that would be our answer. All right, now moving on to the second question here on the right-hand side. We have a equals to 2, b equals to 4, and c equals to negative 2. Now, although we have 3 different variables that we're working with, it's the same principle. So let's go ahead and substitute all those relevant numbers with their associated letters. So we have here at the start a cubed, so that's 2 cubed. Let's just put that in brackets. Then b squared, so that's 4 squared. And then we have c, that's minus 2, all over 2 minus, then we have c squared again, so in brackets minus 2 squared. And then we have a b, so multiplied by 4, all over 2. And that equals to our question mark. Let's simplify that left-hand side first. So 2 cubed, that's equal to 8. 4 squared, that equals to 16. In brackets, minus 2, all over 2. And on the right-hand side, we have minus, and then we have minus 2 squared. Now, this is why it's important to put it in brackets, because if this negative was on the outside, then we would get a negative answer over here. However, it's important that we note that this c is minus 2. So it needs to be in brackets, and that is what is being squared. Minus 2 squared will give us a positive answer. That would give us positive 4. And then we have another 4 over here, all over 2. And that equals to our question mark. Now I'm running out of a bit of room, so what I'm going to do is just move this over and get rid of the first question. All right, we're back. So let's continue this question. Let's simplify that left fraction. So 8 times 16, that gives us an answer of 128. 128 multiplied by negative 2, that gives us an answer of 256. And remember, that's going to be negative. So negative 256 on the top, over 2. That's our left-hand side done. On the right-hand side, minus, we have 4 times 4, that is 16, over 2, like that. Now again, we can go ahead and simplify these fractions individually, given that they're a bit more easier to solve. And we can also combine them together if we want to solve it that way as well. Let's just stick to the first method. So 256 divided by 2, that gives us an answer of 128. But remember, we have a negative over here, negative 128 minus 16 over 2, and that is 8. So minus 128 minus 8, that is going to give us an answer of minus 136. And that gives us the final answer. I hope you found these strategies and the football/soccer example at the start very helpful. If you did, give us a wave comment in the chat. This is Alex signing off for now. Stay sharp.